Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Sunday, November 3rd. Jacksonville Jaguars, in the final game before the trade deadline, fall to the Eagles in Philly. Final score 28-23. Jags fall to 2-7. Eagles get to 6-2 on the year. What a bizarre football game that was. Unbelievably strange game to watch. Felt like the first half, Eagles were up 16-0 at the break, and it felt like they should have been up by a whole lot more. And then the Jags just start getting some crazy breaks. Trayvon Walker scores a touchdown, and look, to me, Barkley was down. Was that like the universe trying to give the Jaguars one back for Miles Jack wasn't down? I don't know. I really don't know, but that was crazy. And right now, the Jaguars would hold the number 2 overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft. So really crazy. Haven't really written down notes for this one. Was just going to talk to y'all a little bit. At 2-7, Jaguars just completely out of it now at this point. And, even with receivers making a ton of mistakes, Trevor Lawrence, he had them in this game, but then the final play, geez, throw it up a jump ball to Dearness Johnson in the end zone. And to me, he shouldn't have thrown the football there, but that shouldn't have been the play call. The Jaguars, minute 45 left, I believe, down by 5 points. They do need to score a touchdown to win the football game. But if let's say you score on that play, Dearness Johnson comes up with it. It's a good throw. The Eagles only need a field goal, right? So, little bizarre. I don't think that the situational play calling was very smart there. I think they should have been running the ball, trying to kill some clock, and get out of there with a win, right? And you've seen odd situational decision making from Doug Peterson throughout his time in Jacksonville, especially this year. You've seen it today by both coaches. It felt like both coaches were trying to throw the football game away at times. Pretty weird one. Saquon Barkley was unbelievable. So good. And the Jags defense helped out, right? They were trying to miss tackles. They were trying to not fit their gaps, not get off blocks, all that good stuff. Second straight week where the run defense was embarrassing. And pass defense wasn't much better, especially you talk about Ronald Darby was just burnt toast out there today, getting beat this way, that way, up the field, across the field. That Devontae Smith catch in the end zone. I mean, the Eagles, they made some incredible plays today offensively. So you got to hand it to them there. That Devontae Smith one-handed grab was unbelievable. The Saquon Barkley reverse hurdle, unbelievable. Some crazy stuff. And, the Jags, obviously, they were shorthanded. They had a lot of drops in this football game. And why is Austin Trammell out there returning the first punt of the game? It makes zero sense to me. This is a practice squad guy you called up this week. To me, that's like a break glass in case of emergency type situation, not let's have him be our starting punt returner instead of Parker Washington, who has experience doing this on our football team. So, thought that was crazy. I really did. Again, Trevor, the numbers aren't going to really impress you. 16 of 31 for 169 yards and 2 interceptions, but the final interception obviously was a nice play by Nakobe Dean. Did he push off a little bit? Maybe. Whatever. It was a poor play call, poor pass, bad decision-making all around from the Jags on that one. Head coach, offensive play caller, and quarterback. That was frustrating, no doubt about it. But I thought that Trevor Lawrence pretty much willed this team for a lot of the game. Did some great things. Scored 2 rushing touchdowns. You have that on your bingo card. And the play where he checked it at the line and threw it out to Ingram, and there probably was a defensive penalty on that one, the guy in coverage. But why are we just sneak it? It always works. When Trevor Lawrence sneaks the ball, it's like as good as the tush push. It really is. Credit to the Jaguars defense for defending the tush push and defending the different variant plays off of the tush push formation today. Give them credit there. But still, I mean, Jalen Hurts was way too efficient. Their receivers, Devontae Smith mainly, very efficient. Saquon Barkley scored a receiving touchdown as well, which was a great catch. A.J. Brown didn't play for a lot of this one, dealing with an injury. 46 rushes for 237 yards on the ground for the Philadelphia Eagles. Pathetic run defense. Absolutely. And I know Saquon Barkley's a stud. One of the best running backs we've seen, but you can't have that. Want to talk to y'all about Underdog Fantasy. I play Pick'em over there, best ball, a whole lot more. You can use code Duval Daily on their easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash Pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. There were tons of plays for Jaguars and Eagles. Hopefully you had Trevor Lawrence rushing touchdowns, right? Looking forward, you got Monday Night Football tomorrow. You want to pick a running back. Underdog has vulture protection to rescue your pick'em if your running back gets vultured. That's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Duval Daily to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus Alabama, Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. So, as I mentioned, I thought Trevor Lawrence played really well. Tank Bigsby didn't get a ton of run in this one. Travis Etienne, gosh, what a disappointing drop that led to an interception. I mean, at this point, it should be Tank out there as much as he can handle. Honestly, it should be. You continue to see Eric Armstead at edge. Him trying to pass rush against Lane Johnson, that is a funny mismatch right there. Parker Washington looked a little bit like he did his rookie year in terms of not always being where he's supposed to be as a receiver today, which was a little disappointing, obviously. He's still got strides to make in his young career. How about Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker, right? Trayvon Walker had 7 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and that incredible touchdown, which give him credit. Like, even though I think Barkley was down, the play Walker made to get the football and run it back was crazy. And then Josh Hines-Allen, 2 sacks, big sacks, and 2 quarterback hits as well. He played his butt off today. He's been playing good all year. Got the jersey on, repping Josh Hines-Allen right now. He's been playing good all year. I know he doesn't get the credit because he doesn't have all the sacks, but he did get to 50 sacks in his career today, which is a great achievement for him. That's awesome to see. Offensive line injuries really mounting for the Jaguars. Cooper Hodges had to get carted off in a stretcher. Anton Harrison went down and came back. Overall, I mean, I think the offensive line did enough to win this game, but again, the receiving core just not playing well. And then Brian Thomas Jr. only 4 targets. What are we doing here, folks? What are we doing? That's awful. You gotta give Brian Thomas Jr. the football as many times as you can. And I know he was playing through a little bit of a contusion situation, pain tolerant situation there, but if he's on the field, he needs to get the ball a whole lot more than 4 targets in a game. That's silly. Absolutely silly. So Jags 2-7 again. They're currently sitting with the 2nd overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft. There's a whole bunch of teams at 2-7 right now. But the Jags, lucky for them, they get Minnesota a very good football team, very well coached football team next week. Then they get Detroit Lions, a juggernaut wrecking ball of a team right now, and then the Houston Texans, who that's a competitive football game probably in all likelihood, but I expect the Jaguars to suffer their 8th loss next week. Could they beat Minnesota? Could they hang with them? Yeah. I mean, they've been hanging with pretty much every team lately except for the Bears. They've been hanging in these games a little bit. So yeah, they could hang with Minnesota. Maybe they get lucky and win a game. I kind of find it hard to believe with the situational decision making by a lot of the folks on this football team, coaching wise and players. That's just kind of how I view it right now. Who knows though? Yeah, maybe they get to 3-7. Hooray! Right? No, this is an organization that needs to be torn down. Head coach, front office, coaching staff, everyone must go. Right? Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta tear it down. Gotta bring in a front office, a general manager, EVP, whatever it may be, both, and a coach who are unified in their vision, who come in together at the same time and have a level of respect for each other and for the organization, to not ever have pettiness, to not accept anything other than having a unified vision and being in sync. That's what this organization needs desperately. Shad Khan has struggled. Look, I think that Doug Peterson was a good hire at the time. I've said that many times. He helped get this team, this organization, to like competitiveness, but now it's time to get somebody who can take them from competitive to put them over the top. And we've talked about a lot of Trent Baalke's issues. Don't need to dive down that rabbit hole right now. You go back and check out the videos from this week if you want to see that. But I think that this team is close. Trevor Lawrence is a very, very, very good young quarterback. Brian Thomas Jr. is a very good young receiver. Love what Tank Bigsby brings. Some good other pieces throughout this roster to build around, but you need new people making the decisions. You got a lot of draft capital. You got 10 picks coming up. You got a lot of cap space. And you have an owner willing to spend, and you've got a lot of talent on this football team. So go get multiple folks who can get this franchise going back in the right direction. Because right now, every team is supposed to be competitive in the NFL. It's not okay to, we only lost by 5. We lost at the last second. No. Losing is losing. And the Jaguars have done a hell of a lot of losing over the last calendar year. So, yeah. Need to tear it down. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Really appreciate y'all's support. You can also check out ginjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear, become a channel member here on YouTube. Y'all have a good one.